So I've got this place listed on Google Maps, a website, Facebook, and the website through Google Webmaster Tools. I only listed one item, charcoal, and look what it's done. She's never stocked this much charcoal. She only had like 1 or 2 bags. She's moving so much charcoal from the Google Map listing. I only added one item in the inventory. I showed all the other stuff, but I added this as an inventory item at the store, and within, I guess, 2 weeks, suddenly she started buying large quantities of charcoal, and they're moving fast all the time. That's what a digital footprint does in this day and age. If I listed every item in the store, she wouldn't be able to keep enough stock, especially up here. This is where we plan to have our store for our retirement and a cafe upstairs, but Mary Joy won't do it. That's what this $200,000 3-story building, 18 and 20 rebar, steel deck with 18 and 20 rebar crisscrossed across the top. On top of the rebar, about a half foot is crisscrossed 18 and 20 rebar. They said, you don't need the rebar, you have steel deck. I said, steel deck corrodes and rusts out. Rebar is buried in the cement. This column here, you don't see much of it from there. This column, they told me, would hold up a shopping center. That's the main column. It goes down 1 floor underground. That's the main center column that goes up to the 3rd floor. And all these columns are oversized. They're all 18 and 20 rebar. The whole place I built to withstand as much of an earthquake as I could build to be earthquake proof. I calculated almost $200,000 on this building. 2 times now she's told me that we would make the cafe, we would have an upstairs seating area, and we would have money for our retirement here. And every time she says, what's the word she uses? Someday. Look at this construction here. You can see these massive rebar sticking out everywhere. And I told them to leave rebar sticking out so things could be extended. They're sticking out of the edges on every corner of the building, on every floor. These stairs have 18 and 20 rebar in them. Look at that concrete. Still has pieces of the form in it. All that money, my retirement and business money, investment in the company. This was going to be the office, but she destroyed the business. She liquidated when I was in Guam, closed the office and liquidated everything. Tossed all the servers, maybe $100,000 worth of computer equipment, tossed them in a room in the back of the house and just let them decay. The routers, IBM RS-6000 servers, PCs, just destroyed the whole company here. Well, at least for me. And my business partner took it out on me. And while I was suffering in Guam with no money, she used that money to put computers in here and built a cheap little internet cafe. Only internet. With my life's work and savings. And she refuses to let me have a business here. She keeps promising, and then every time the date comes to do it, she says, oh, we'll do it someday. This whole property, and then I think it was $25,000 I spent cash to, that was the size of the house before. Then I spent about $25,000. That half of the house going all the way to the back of the property, extending the house out, where that wall is right there, is built like this building. I had them follow the same rebar size and everything. The ring closeness, the rings you put around the rebar, the quality cement. It's like I had a vampire suck my life away. And you can even see the rebar there sticking out. That's 18 and 20 mm rebar there. Yeah, I think that's 20. I'd zoom in, but I'll drop the phone. Well, here, let me hold this. Here. Look at that. And on the third floor, same thing. Going out every angle of every construction beam. That they did a poor concrete job on, but it's just so much rebar in there. Anyway, I don't know. With the money I spent here at the time, I would have a $2 million home in the States with the way prices went up. I built this during the housing crisis in the U.S. But she promised she would be there for me even when I got old. And she always finds a reason to take off and leave me here. Like now. This place used to be beautiful. Now it's just covered with plants. All the way around the back. And everywhere. She knows I have a problem with mosquitoes, and all she cares about, she goes, those are my plants. Is there room to compromise? No. I put street lights up recently. But no, there's beautiful tile everywhere. Even in the closets, tile going up the walls in the closets. Every air conditioner was ripped out of the house. I had the standing air conditioners. I had the big, huge compressors outside over there, here, on that side of the house. All we need to do is change the windows. This is where she put all the servers. She ripped them out of the offices and shut down the company. There's an old laser printer there. That's a business one, a scanner. It's got a double tray on the bottom. All the other ones were rotted from the humidity in here. I went through the servers. The servers were all stacked up and it was just black rot on the motherboards and boards. Just tossed it. I found 2 suitcases in here yesterday. I opened them and all the Cisco firewalls were in there. Complete, like you said, you can see the extension of the house was here. That's why you see the unpainted concrete. Yeah, the door jamb still looks new here from 2011. I paid 50,000 pesos for a Nara tree, and all the doors were made out of Nara. Yeah, these are all custom made doors out of the Nara tree I bought. Unbelievable. And everyone here treats me like I don't belong here. It's really shameful. Even this couch. It was hard to find a couch like this here. All the couches here are short. This is an American sized couch. That's a matching piece in this. The molded columns, like the Roman columns. My gosh. Anyway, depressing.